Today, we're diving into a really new frontier in health. We're talking about a highly personalized, data-driven approach that goes way beyond traditional care to focus on something bigger: longevity and your absolute peak performance.
It's a pretty powerful question, isn't it? Seriously, what if you could understand your body on a level you never thought possible? What if you could get past just chasing symptoms and actually start optimizing your entire system for a longer, healthier, more vibrant future? That one simple question, what if, is really the starting point for everything we're about to explore.
You know, for decades, the way we've approached health has been mostly reactive. You feel a symptom, you go to the doctor, you get a diagnosis, and you treat that specific thing. But what if we're missing the bigger picture? This new way of thinking is a huge shift. It's about moving away from just managing illness and toward proactively building wellness from the cells up. So let's look at this side by side. Now, conventional medicine is amazing and absolutely necessary, but it's mainly focused on disease, and it often uses a one-size-fits-all model. This personalized approach completely flips the script. Instead of just putting a Band-Aid on the symptom, the entire goal is to dig deeper and find the root cause. It's a shift from being disease-focused to being wellness-focused, and it's all tailored specifically to your unique biology.
So what are these root causes we're talking about? Well, they often show up as these really common complaints you see right here. Things like that nagging chronic fatigue, brain fog you just can't shake, or that stubborn weight that won't budge. In this model, these aren't seen as separate problems. They're seen as signals, clues that there's a deeper imbalance happening in your system. And the goal is to figure out what's driving them, not just quiet them down.
Okay, so if the whole point is to find the root cause, how in the world do you do that? Well, this is where things get really investigative. It's all about decoding your body's unique biological blueprint, and that means using precision diagnostics that go way, way beyond a standard physical. Right at the heart of this whole process is a system called the metabolic code. The best way to think about it is as a super detailed roadmap to your internal health. It's not just looking at a few numbers in isolation. It's designed to understand the incredibly complex conversation that's happening between all of your body's major systems, all at once.
And this just shows you how deep that internal conversation goes. The assessment looks at everything, from your hormonal balance and metabolic strength to your gut health and how well your body detoxifies itself. It creates this interconnected picture that shows where your system is doing great, but more importantly, where these hidden imbalances might be starting to cause problems.
And this is the real game changer right here. It's all about moving from being reactive to being proactive. By catching these subtle little shifts and imbalances early on, you can actually intervene. It's about correcting your course years, sometimes decades before a symptom ever develops into what we'd call a detectable disease.
So once you have this incredibly detailed blueprint of your body, what's next? Well, you need the right tools to act on what you've learned. And this is where a whole suite of advanced therapies comes in, each one designed to support your body's repair and renewal right at the cellular level. One of the absolute cornerstones is something called NAD+ therapy. Okay, so NAD+ is this vital little helper molecule that's in every single cell in your body, but our levels naturally go down as we get older. It's crucial for turning food into energy in our mitochondria, so replenishing it is seen as a powerful way to refine your cellular potential. We're talking boosting energy, supporting DNA repair, and just making your whole metabolism work better. Next up is peptide therapy. Peptides are basically short chains of amino acids, and you can think of them like tiny little keys that send very specific signals to your cells. This allows them to do highly targeted jobs, like telling fat cells to release their contents, or signaling muscle cells that it's time to repair, or even tweaking neurotransmitters for better sleep. It's incredibly precise. And of course, we have to talk about hormone optimization. Our hormones influence pretty much everything: our mood, energy, how clearly we think. This approach often uses what's called bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, or BHRT. All that means is using hormones that are molecularly identical to the ones your own body makes, which allows for these precisely balanced plans to restore that feeling of vitality. Okay, so we've covered the philosophy, the diagnostics, and the tools, but how does this all actually come together for a real person? Let's look at a signature program as a kind of case study to see how these pieces combine for a very specific goal: a total metabolic transformation.
This program, the Luxe Metabolic Reset, really shows the whole process in action. It combines targeted therapies like custom peptide formulas and something called dual agonists. Now, a dual agonist is just a compound that can activate two different receptors at once. In this case, GLP-1 and GIP. Those are key gut hormones that help regulate your blood sugar and tell your brain you're full. But notice the foundation here. It is all guided by that deep dive analysis from the metabolic code, with constant monitoring to make sure everything is on track.
This quote just nails the intended result. It's not just about hitting a number on a scale. The real goal is a tangible, physical feeling, that sense of renewed energy and vitality, almost like your metabolism has been rebooted and is finally firing on all cylinders again.
And this just highlights how personal the whole journey is. Based on what one person needs, strategic upgrades like N80+ can be added in to give even deeper cellular support for energy and mitochondrial function. It's all about what's right for you.
So, as we start to bring this all together, the message becomes pretty clear. This approach to health isn't about reaching some final destination. It's a continuous journey. It's about shifting from being a passive patient to becoming the active author of your own health story.
So let's just recap what really makes this model so different. You've got this concierge-level attention, combined with truly elite diagnostics. Everything is built on personalized protocols that get to the root cause, and it all relies on deep expertise in how the body's systems, hormones, metabolism, all of it work together to deliver results that are both precise and truly transformative.
And we'll end on this thought right here. The ultimate idea behind personalized longevity medicine is that this is an investment in your future self. It's a proactive choice you make about the kind of vitality, the clarity, and the strength you want to have for the rest of your life. It's a pretty fascinating and powerful way to rethink what's even possible for our health.